Continue to monitor movement on the ground. Israel maintaining strikes against Gaza, particularly the Hamas, in their retaliation campaign for the terrorist group's cruel attacks on civilians on October 7th. President Biden addressing the nation tonight in a major push for funding as Israel, Ukraine, and Taiwan face threats from our enemies. The president will speak from the Oval Office, fresh off of Air Force One from his trip to Israel. National political reporter for The Hill, Julia Manchester, is here right now. Julia, most Americans overwhelmingly support Israel. What is the president hoping to accomplish?
Look, I think with this trip to Israel that the president went on yesterday, and of course with the subsequent proposed aid package he's expected to announce in more detail tonight, I think he's very much looking to make the case as to why Americans should support Israel, why the country does, not only to Americans, but really to all around the world. Remember, President Biden was supposed to meet with Arab leaders when he traveled to Israel yesterday. However, after that explosion at a hospital in Gaza, Arab leaders from Jordan and Egypt called that, and Palestinian leaders as well, called that meeting off. So President Biden is still very much making this public appeal directly to Americans, but he knows that this is going to be seen and heard around the world. So it's really an interesting PR move by the president.
Well, and there are really low approval ratings for our commander-in-chief right now. This new CNBC poll finding it's around 37% for him right now. Might this speech show a strength we haven't seen from the White House in some time?
Potentially, it's certainly an opportunity because, like I said, this is an opportunity for the president to communicate directly with the American people. And I think even though this poll was conducted after the Hamas attacks on Israel, we do know that the president has received generally good marks for his response to the attack in Israel and the subsequent war. I think a lot of that is because a lot of Americans are united in supporting Israel. But this is definitely an opportunity for him. The other side of that is that, you know, American voters, even though they're paying attention to foreign policy, especially big foreign policy issues like what's going on in Israel, it's not top of their list when they go to the ballot box. Issues like the economy, crime, healthcare, those kitchen table issues, those tend to be a top priority. So this could see him get a bit of a bump, but I don't think it solves the problem for the president in terms of his overall approval rating.
So part of this $100 billion aid package includes $100 million in aid to Gaza and the West Bank. Is this compassion or a concession to Democrats like Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib?
I think it could be read as both. I think, you know, we talk about on the Republican side how there is this divide on Ukraine. In a way, and I wouldn't say it's as stark as the divide among Republicans on aid to Ukraine, there is a divide among Democrats on, you know, the issue of Palestinian sovereignty and Palestinian, you know, Palestinian rights in Israel and in the Palestinian territory. So I think there absolutely is compassion because we are seeing these horrific images coming out of Gaza of men, women, and children in particular suffering. We know that half of Gaza's population is very young, so that's definitely a part of this. So, you know, I think you have members of the Democratic Party like Rashida Tlaib, who is the only Palestinian lawmaker in Congress, pressuring the president. But you also have these images coming out of Gaza that are really impacting, I think, viewers around the world, and that pressures the White House and Israel.
Yeah, and then the pressure of all of those hostages held in Gaza,
Yes,
including a number of Americans. Julia Manchester, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.